Well, after a Week 1 win in a Chalk Talk play that was just chock full of probably more information in that check with me touchdown to Doug Baldwin to beat the Dolphins of any Chalk Talk that I've ever had, this week's a little more challenging. Not a lot of offense. A real struggle for this Seahawks crew, a crew that couldn't run it. And I could diagram 6 or 7 run plays, but it'd be pretty simple. These guys up front for St. Louis just owned the physical matchup, split double teams, controlled the line of scrimmage, and ultimately dictated so much of the outcome as the Seahawks were held to 3 points. But I'm going to go to the big shot down the field, the play to Tyler Lockett at the end. And really, Tyler Lockett had a play down the same sideline in their second possession and had a play in their final possession, both vertical plays, but both very different. Players, formations, plays. I think the key for these Seahawks are going to be these players right here. Because the rest of these guys on the perimeter on the outside, they can't do their job. And he can't do his job as a hobbled quarterback with a high ankle sprain unless these players give them an opportunity. So the first thing in this players, formations, plays is how do I put these players that were physically owned in this matchup with St. Louis in a position to at least let Russell get the ball out. And if you study this, well, the Rams come out with just a 4-man rush. You know what the Seahawks have to do? Well, they have to commit 7 blockers, 7 guys to stop that 4-man rush. What do I mean? I mean Jimmy Graham on this route goes through that defensive end. It's more than just a chip. He knows that Bradley Sowell, if he free releases in a one-on-one, is going to have a hard time blocking. So if you watch this play, Jimmy Graham actually takes this end almost, 3 yards outside the frame in a chip kind of technique to give Bradley Sowell a chance. Chris Michael, he's going to chip before he ever gets on his route, and he's going to try to knock this end into Gary Gilliam, so he's got a shot. And then these 3, while still getting pushed, at least give Russell a pocket to throw. You're committing 7 guys to block these 4, and if you do any simple math, that's a problem. No matter how good these 3 are, you've got 7 defenders for the Rams in coverage, 7 on 3. We have a route in a drill in practice called 7 on 7, and that favors an offense. 7 on 3 makes life very difficult, and it means these 2 have to be extraordinary, which they were on this play. And what this shows you is the commitment and the command that Doug has, because these 2 are scared to death. They're scared to death to give Doug any free release, any opportunity to work this area of the field where he is so good. So he comes off and he actually takes these 2 and commands these 2 and gives Tyler Lockett a chance in a one-on-one situation. On the other side, they just roll coverage. This whole area of the field is dead. With these 2 so committed to protection, they're basically out of the route. So you're looking, in this case, as we always see in these Chalk Talks, these 2 and their ability to beat 3, and they do. It's a quarters coverage. Doug takes the safety, holds the safety to the point that now Russell Wilson, with a pocket with 7 committed to block 4, is able to at least take advantage of this one area of the field. And the most critical aspect of this, and the teaching point, and why this guy has learned so much from Doug Baldwin, is that release. And what he does here to get inside of this cornerback full speed and then still widen it out so Russell can put it out over the top. I know there's commentary, and Troy Aikman said, well, if he would have thrown it to the middle of the field, when he releases the ball, based on where this safety is in the inside release that Russell sees Tyler take, he's trying to widen that throw back out, because anytime this receiver goes inside and you've got a quarter safety or a zone safety, you've got to be very careful about launching it 55 yards to that area. He inside releases, and Russell has the faith that Tyler's going to go get that ball out over his outside shoulder. He still does. Phenomenal play. Set them up in position to win. And unfortunately, Chalk Talk 1, they closed the deal. With a fumble, the Seahawks couldn't do it this time.